welcome to the Contenders. I'm your host, Peg Young. We have already started a new day of the new year. This is 2005 already. Hopefully you'll have a great year this year. Let's welcome today's contenders onto our stage. Welcome to our stage. We have the Absolute team, Joshua Kim and Kim Young-jun. So tell us a bit about yourselves.
We're Absolute.
Yeah, and we'd like to start off this new year with a new victory. Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, Absolute team. Going against our Absolute team, we have the Hustlers, David Kang and Gary Moon. Welcome, Hustlers, and tell us a bit about yourselves.
Hi, okay, my friend David here is in the film industry, and I'm a prospective law student, so we'd like to wish everyone a Happy New Year, and hope we all have fun.
All right, hope you have fun here too. Hustlers and Absolute, good luck. Let's begin our game. To begin, we have our multiple choice questions for you. Absolute, which would you like to have, Q, U, I, or Z?
We'll go with Z.
Going with question set Z number 1. The year 2004 was the year of the monkey. Of the following, what year is 2005? 1 dog, 2 mouse, 3 rooster, 4 ox. If you're not sure, you can use chance.
We'll use chance.
All right, using chance, we will erase 2 of the incorrect choices. And now, your choice, please. Absolute, we need your answer.
3 rooster.
Good choice. This is the year of the rooster, and we go to question 2. Of the following, which actor visited Korea last month to promote the movie titled National Treasure? 1 Nicolas Cage, 2 Jude Law, 3 Tom Cruise, 4 Matt Damon.
1 Nicolas Cage.
Yes. Are you a Cage fan?
No, not really.
Okay, well, he is married to a Korean woman, Korean American. We go to question 3. According to a recent study, tightening this too much increases the risk of getting brain stroke. Of the following, what is this symbol for salesperson? 1 watch, 2 necktie, 3 arm gestures, 4 belt.
Number 2, necktie.
Yes. Question 4. Of the following, which letter P has a different meaning? 1 PC, 2 PDA, 3 PDP, 4 PCS.
Number 3, PDP.
Yes. In that, we have the P standing for Plasma Display Panel. We go to question 5. Of the following, which musical included the song Don't Cry for Me, Argentina? 1 My Fair Lady, 2 Evita, 3 Cats, 4 Guys and Dolls.
Number 2, Evita.
Go to question 6. Of the following, what is the name of China's official news agency? 1 Xinhua, 2 Xingtao, 3 Workers' Manifesto, 4 중국 News Service.
1 Xinhua.
Yes. Question 7. Of the following, which country is not a G8 country? 1 Russia, 2 France, 3 Canada, 4 Brazil.
Number 4, Brazil.
Question 8. Of the following, whose life and heroic acts is the medieval epic Nibelungenlied about? 1 Odin, 2 Siegfried, 3 Gilgamesh, 4 Don Quixote.
Number 3, Gilgamesh.
Nope, it's not Siegfried. But you've done a great job for an opener. We have 70 points on the board for you. And now, Hustlers, you choose from Q, U, and I.
Q? Yeah. Q, please.
Going with question set Q, number 1. Which of the following is from honey? 1. Royal jelly. 2. Salt. 3. Black pepper. 4. Cinnamon.
Number 1, royal jelly.
Question 2. Of the following, which event does not take place in 2005? 1. Busan International Film Festival. 2. Nobel Prize Ceremony. 3. Olympic Games. 4. APEC Summit.
Number 3, Olympic Games.
That's right. The next one is scheduled for 2008 in Beijing. The APEC Summit will occur in Busan in November. And we go to question 3. On December 10th, 2004, for the first time since the war ended nearly 30 years ago, a U.S. passenger jet was set on its way to this country. Of the following, what is this country? 1. Iran, 2. Iraq, 3. North Korea, 4. Vietnam. You can use chance if you want.
For sure.
Let's use chance.
All right, we will take away 2 of the incorrect choices. And hustlers, we need your answer.
Let's go to Vietnam.
Number 4, Vietnam.
Good use of chance. Going to question 4. This Hollywood actress topped the last year's list of those who received the highest salary. Of the following, who is this actress starring in Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 12? 1. Julia Roberts. 2. Nicole Kidman. 3. Angelina Jolie. 4.
Julia Roberts.
Yes. And are you Julia Roberts fans?
Sure.
Favorite movie?
Not really.
All right, let's go to question 5. Last month, a handwritten draft of this person's memoirs, written during his exile on St. Helena, fetched a record price at an auction. Of the following, who is this French emperor? 1. Louis XIV. 2. Napoleon Bonaparte. 3. Marie Antoinette. 4. Catherine II the Great.
Number 1, Louis XIV.
Actually, it was Bonaparte's memoirs that sold at the auction. Hustlers, you have 40 points on the board. Absolute, you are in the lead with 70 points. And now we have come to the password category section. You will get to come next to me and have 100 seconds to go through a list of 20 words. Absolute, it is your turn first. And your category is religions.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Go.
The Christian book.
Bible,
Christian place of worship.
church,
Christian
prayer, praying,
Buddhist priest. M.
monk,
Starts with a V. It's a religion name. Probably like in Cuban regions, I think.
oh, voodoo,
Symbol of Christianity.
cross,
Starts with an H. India.
Hinduism,
The head figure of the
Pope, patriarch,
no head figure of the Indian religion. Starts with a B.
Buddha,
The singing group in a church.
choir,
I don't know. It's a Muslim guy. Starts with a T. Pass. Starts with an H. Pass. It's a type of coffee. Starts with a C.
coca,
It's longer. Has milk. Frost.
pass,
Pass. Utah.
Mormonism,
Yes, I think you meant to say voodoo was from Haiti and that cappuccino actually was made by the Capuchin monks, and that's why it's named cappuccino. Absolute, you did a great job. You have 170 points on the board. And Hustlers, now it's your turn. Your category is disease. And are you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
This is the common, starts with the C.
Cold.
This is a tumor, starts with a C.
Cancer.
A lot of people have this in Africa, starts with a
AIDS.
A. Kids get this when they're younger, starts with a C.
Chickenpox.
Hay fever.
Dengue fever.
It starts with an A. Hay fever.
Allergies.
Yep. Your major organ is clogged.
Heart disease. Heart.
And
Kidney.
what the result of that? You have a
Stroke.
it's similar.
Stroke. High blood pressure. Low blood pressure.
Starts with the H. Starts with the H.
Pass.
Pass. This is you have this. It starts with the A. You can't breathe.
Asthma.
It starts with a D. Blood sugar.
Diabetes.
You can't. People in their old age, they can't remember things.
Alzheimer's disease.
You eat something very bad. Starts with a D. You have to go to the bathroom.
Diarrhea.
This is people in the Bible have this frequently. Starts with
Leprosy.
L. This is a powder. It was mailed to people. Starts with an A.
Anthrax.
When you can't sleep, starts with an I.
Insomnia.
This is too much heat from
Heat
the
stroke.
S. Starts with the S.
Stroke. Yeah.
This is starts with the L. It's a kind of cancer. It's
Lymph cancer. Lymph node cancer.
it's of your bones.
Actually, leukemia is when your white cells go awry and you have too many produced, attacking your own nervous system or your immune system. And now, Hustlers, as we end this section, you have 170 points on the board, meaning you have tied with Absolute at 170. Great job. And now let's welcome Mr. David Hwang onto our stage.
Eun-young, how are you?
All right, how do you feel at the beginning of this new year?
I feel fantastic. Happy New Year, everybody. Actually, I'm curious. Any New Year's resolutions out there to share on our Contender stage?
Why don't you share one?
Well, actually, I have 3, if you don't mind. One is to wake up earlier. The second one is to read more. And the third one is to be more organized. I think I say these things every year, but why not, you know? We can't,
How about yours?
I guess.
I'd like to start a new hobby, maybe acting, but whatever comes.
Cool.
All
That's
right.
good stuff, you
yeah,
know?
that is good stuff, and
It-
you're on camera already, so
Yeah.
getting used to things. All
You
right.
know, it's always good to start the new year with goals. Why not? You know, it can't hurt. Anyhow, if you guys don't mind, I'll go ahead and introduce the rules to this next section. Ready? All right. This next section is a round of non-multiple choice questions. The first team to buzz in will get the first chance to answer. But if that team gets that question wrong, that chance will be given over to the other team. All right? Now, if neither of you guys can figure it out, we're going to help you out with the help of a spelling hint. It's going to pop up on your screen. There's 15 questions in all, 30 points per question, 5 seconds to answer each one. Got it?
Let's have question 1.
All right, question number 1 is about organizations. The cost of a barrel of oil in New York has fallen since its all-time.
Absolute.
OPEC.
It is the international organization primarily concerned with coordinating the crude oil policies of its member states, and it is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. And with that, Absolute, you have the lead. We'll see what happens with question 2.
All right, moving on to question number 2. It's about devices. Experts believe that men who use this device could be unwittingly damaging their fertility.
Hustlers.
Cell phones.
Absolute. It is your chance to answer, and he'll finish the question.
Researchers found that balancing this on their body increases the temperature of the scrotum, which is known to have a negative effect on sperm production. It is a small mobile personal computer. What is this device called?
Absolute. 5 seconds. Absolute.
PDA.
The chance is open to both teams. Let's look at the hint. And you can lay this.
Laptop.
Hustlers.
Laptop computer.
Yes, it is the laptop computer. We would have also taken notebook computer as well. And you've tied the score at 200 points. Let's see what happens with question 3.
All right, question number 3 is about entertainment. On January 8th, 1935, Elvis Presley was born. There is an annual ceremony in which several government officials proclaim Elvis Presley Day throughout Memphis and Shelby County. He is buried at his mansion, which is a major tourist.
Hustlers.
Graceland.
And Hustlers, have you ever visited Graceland?
No. I'd like to check it out though.
Yes, and that gave you the lead. 230 versus Absolutes 200. We go to question 4.
And there's a great song written by Paul Simon about Graceland. Anyway, moving on, question number 4. It's about sports. Recently, China banned a Nike television commercial showing.
Hustlers.
LeBron James.
Yes, he recently became the youngest player in NBA history to reach 2,000 points. And you're increasing your lead, Hustlers. We go to question 5.
LeBron James, by the way, very rarely does someone who expected to do so much actually step up and live up to those expectations. And LeBron James, believe it or not, is one of those people. Yeah, excellent basketball player. All right, moving on. Question number 5. It's about structures. Visitors to this place can now skate 57 meters above ground while admiring one of the best views in town. The rink opened early last year to the public and has already proved to be popular for both locals and tourists. For the first time in its 116-year-old history of this Paris landmark, an ice skating...
Absolute.
The Eiffel Tower.
Yes. So now you can skate at the Eiffel Tower. And Absolute, you're gaining 230 versus Hustlers 260. We go to question 6.
Question 6 is about diseases. According to an Italian news source, soccer players are much more likely to contract this disease than others. Probable causes are believed to be related to the use of illegal drugs or drug overdose. The disorder is characterized by the progressive loss of voluntary muscle contraction due to the destruction of nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord. Named after a U.S. baseball player, what is this disease?
Absolute.
Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yes. Or we would have also taken ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis is the official name. And with that, you've tied the score at 260. Once again, we go to question 7.
Great game. Question number 7 is about titles. Last month, this movie character received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame 50 years after he stomped onto movie screens.
Hustlers.
Godzilla.
Yes. The Japanese monster debuted in 1954, and we go to question 8.
All right, question number 8 is about animals. Science magazine reports that a group of UK researchers collected the first hard evidence of this animal using tools. They observed wild...
Hustlers.
Monkeys.
Yes. And they are, of course, related to apes and close to us in the genetic tree. And Hustlers, you are increasing your lead 320 versus Absolute's 260. However, we have many questions left, and you can catch up. Absolute, take the dare and buzz in quickly. Let's move on to our next
Yes,
question.
no doubt, still a close game. Question number 9 is about countries. Recently, this country's Supreme Court told the government that it can...
Absolute.
Canada.
Yes. Gay marriage has now become legal in Canada. And Absolute, you're catching up. We go to question 10.
Wow, moving right along. Question number 10 is about business. European Aerospace Group EADS and BAE Systems gave...
Absolute.
Airbus.
Yes. Commercial aircraft manufacturer based in Toulouse, France. And Absolute, you've tied the score at 320 points. We go to question 11.
All right, question number 11 is about science. An international research team that included several Korean scientists successfully measured for the first time the movement of this during 100 billionth of a second. Together with a German research team, a team from Seoul National University reported their success in capturing 10 picoseconds of movement of this using the laser. It is the smallest particle differentiable.
Hustlers.
What is atom?
Yes. And a certain chemical element. And Hustlers, you have the lead now. We go to question 12.
Question number 12 is about discoveries. A 35,000-year-old flute made from a woolly mammoth's this was unearthed in a German cave by archaeologists.
What is a tusk?
Absolute. It's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
The flute, one of the oldest musical instruments discovered, was pieced together from 31 fragments found in a cave. It is a hard, white, opaque substance that makes up the bulk of the teeth and the tusks of the animals such as the elephant and mammoth. What is this?
Absolute. 5 seconds. Absolute.
Enamel?
The chance is open to both teams. Let's take a look at the hint and Hustlers.
Ivory?
Yes. Ivory is the material that we are going for. And we go to question 13.
All right, question number 13 is about medicine. New research found that repeated this examinations during pregnancy have no long-term effect on the growth or mental function of the child. This can visualize muscle and soft tissue, making them useful for scanning the organs in obstetrics. It is commonly used during pregnancy. What is this?
Absolute.
Ultrasound?
Yes. Ultrasonography is another answer we would have taken. In Absolute, you're catching up 350 versus Hustlers 380, and we go to question 14.
Question number 14 is about places. Last month, Antonio Salieri's long-forgotten opera Europa Riconosciuta was performed for the reopening of this theater after nearly 3 years of renovation. This, one of the world's most celebrated opera theaters, reopened to the public and to music after nearly 3 years of renovation that cost about $67 million. What is this Milan's opera house?
Milan's Opera House, let's take a look at the hint. In Milan, very famous. Hustlers.
La Scala?
Yes, it is the La Scala. And now we've come to our last question.
Our last question, number 15, is about survey. According to a survey conducted by a Korean movie cable TV station, this person, with more than 40% of the vote, was chosen as the best.
Hustlers.
Sean Connery?
Yes, Sir Sean Connery was chosen as the best 007 James Bond. And with that, Hustlers, you get to go on to the finals. Congratulations. Absolute, we had a wonderful time beginning the year with you. You did a great job. It was a very close match. What do you want to say to your supporters?
We wish them a happy new year once again, and I hope this team goes on to the finals. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be right back after this with the Hustlers and Half and Half. To our final stage, let's welcome back the Half and Half team. Brooke, Jocelyn, and Joseph Kim, it's great to see you guys again. This is your attempt at win number 2 in a row. Happy New Year, and well, you guys are back, huh?
Yeah, well, we're here to win.
All right. Good luck to you, Half and Half team.
Thank you.
Your name was Half.
Half and half.
Half.
See, it's half Korean, half American, and together they equal full-on quiz champions.
100%.
100%.
All right.
I got a kick out of that one last time.
All right. Good luck, Half and Half and Hustlers. Let's get on with our final section. And in our final section, we'll have 5 categories for you, of 5 questions each, 10 to 50 points. They are weighted. And what are today's categories?
All right, today's categories are New Year's Day rivals, trades, country names, and fairy world.
And we go with New Year's Day, 10 points. Sometimes called the granddaddy of them all, This was first played in 1902, although the next event,
Rose Bowl.
Hustlers.
Rose Bowl?
I suppose you're a big football fan?
Somewhat, yes.
Well, apparently it began with New Year's Day in Pasadena, California, and it is an annual college football game usually played on January 1st at the stadium of the same name, built in 1923, for those of us who don't know. And Hustlers, you've got points, you can choose.
Let's go with country names, 10.
Country names, 10 points.
According to traditional mythology, this country was founded in the 7th century BC by the ancestral emperor Jimmu. Its recorded history began in the 5th and 6th centuries when the Chinese writing
Half
system...
and half.
China.
Hustlers, it's your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
When the Chinese writing system, Buddhism, and other Chinese culture were introduced by Baekje, literally meaning the origin of the sun, this is a country in East Asia, situated on a chain of islands east of the Asian continent. What is this?
Hustlers.
Is it Japan?
Yes, it is the red circle on the flag that signifies the sun. And Hustlers, you get to choose.
20, please. Country names are 20.
Country names, 20 points.
This country was the site of one of the first permanent Spanish settlements in South America in 1522. The Bolivarian Republic of this has been the full...
Hustlers.
What is Bolivia?
Half and half. Your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Has been the full official title of the state since the adoption of the 1999 Constitution, when the state was renamed in honor of Simón Bolívar. The name, meaning Little Venice, is due to the Amerindian stilt villages which the Spanish explorers encountered in the Orinoco River. What is this?
Half and half.
Venezuela.
Yes. And with that half and half, you've tied the score. You can choose.
Let's go with Fairy World for 10.
Fairy World, 10 points.
Hi, Contenders. I'm Marian Kim. I'm teacher trainer in Kim and Jones English Learning Center. When we're young, children's storybooks were the only way for us to experience the strange world beyond our imagination. Reading stories like the adventure through the far, far away land of a Snow Queen in the quest to find the bluebird, it made us all to grow emotionally instead with our physical body. They added the extra realm to the dimensions of our imaginations. As an adult, if you ever feel that you are too old for the storybooks, remember what H.C. Andersen said about children's storybook. Children's books are not only for our children, but also for our adults. Here are some questions on children's storybooks. According to a 2004 poll of 1,200 children by UCI Cinemas, the most popular fairy tales are Sleeping Beauty, Hansel and Gretel, Rapunzel, Little Red Riding Hood, and this. Ranked at the top of the list, this best-known version of the story was written by the French author Charles Perrault in 1697. The title means the cruel nickname by main character's wicked stepmother and ugly stepsisters. What is the title of this?
Half and half.
Cinderella.
Yes. And half, you've got the lead, you can choose.
Fairy World 20.
Fairy World, 20 points.
This is a mythical creature of Germanic mythology that survived in Northern European folklore. The Brother Grimm's fairy tale titled The Shoemaker and This is probably the most famous.
Hustlers.
What is Hansel and Gretel?
Half and half, your chance to answer. She'll finish the question.
Tale. These creatures are only 1 foot tall in the story. They are naked and like to work on a shoe like leprechauns. When the shoemaker wears their work with the little clothes, they are so delighted that they run
Half and half.
Elves?
Yes, they're the elves that work on the shoes until you clothe them. And half, you choose.
Let's go for 30. Fairy World.
All right, Fairy World for 30 points.
In reality, all the sound effects of a train are recordings of the actual train. The locomotive in this animation film is based on the Bear Market 1225, a restored steam locomotive located in Warsaw, Michigan. In this story, late on the night of Christmas Eve, one doubtful boy lay in a bed, hoping to hear the sound of reindeer bells from Santa's sleigh. Then, to his surprise, steam engines roar and whistle are heard outside his window. What is the title of this?
Half and half.
Polar Express.
Yes, famous for Tom Hanks' voiceover. And the little boy wakes up to not Santa and the reindeer, but the Polar Express. And half, you get to choose.
Let's go for country names for 30.
Country names, 30 points.
This country's name probably originated in a vernacular translation of the medieval Latin name for the region Marcia Orientalis, which translates as Eastern Border, as it was situated at the eastern edge of the Holy Roman Empire. Interestingly, the derivation of the Latin name from the original Old German gives rise to the use of the prefix for east, although the country borders Germany to the north.
Half and half.
Ossetia.
And with that, half and half, you get to choose.
Fairy World for 40, please.
Fairy World, 40 points.
The fairy tale has ancient roots older than the Arabian Nights collection of magical tales, and inaccurate to the story of Cupid and Psyche better than this. Dating from the late 2nd century BC, this imaginary animal appear in many fairy tales and have stimulated many children's imagination. English writer G.K. Chesterton said, fairy tales are more than true, not because they tell us this exists, but because they tell us this can be beaten. What is this?
The quote again is that fairy tales are more than true, not because they tell us these exist, but because they tell us these can be beaten. So we can win against them, and hence they are fairy tales. Half and half.
Monsters.
Hustlers, 5 seconds. Hustlers.
Dragons?
Yes, you can slay a dragon in fairy tales. Hustlers, you are catching up. Half and half, however, is in the lead with 110 points. Hustlers, you choose.
Country names 40.
Country names, 40 points.
This country was the first nation to recognize the fledgling American Republic and has the oldest non-broken friendship treaty with the U.S., which has been in effect.
Half and half.
France.
Hustlers, your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
Which has been in effect since 1783. The full Arabic name of the country translates to the Western Kingdom. The name Al-Maghreb, meaning the West, is commonly used in Arabic. Names used by other languages originate from the name of the former capital, Marrakesh. What is this country?
Hustlers, 5 seconds. Hustlers.
Portugal?
The former capital is Marrakesh, and Al-Maghreb, meaning the West, is commonly used in Arabic. It's a country in Northwest Africa. Half and half.
Morocco.
Yes, it is Morocco. So Morocco and the U.S. have the longest diplomatic history, and half, you get to choose.
Fairy World 50.
Closing the category, Fairy World, for 50 points.
This person often made elaborate paper cuttings to give to his friends and families. On December 3rd of this year, the largest known paper cutting made by him was sold at auction to a museum dedicated to the writer. The cuttings was inserted into
Half and half.
Fabergé.
Hustlers, your chance to answer. She will finish the question.
Fairy tale author's first editions. It was eventually mounted on a blue cloth by the buyer, Brun, who pasted it into the first edition of his fairy tale book, Eventil. Who is this?
Hustlers, 5 seconds. Now, this writer, is famous for his children's tales, and he is also famous for these paper cuttings, elaborate paper cuttings that he made for his friends and family. And he apparently, Hustlers.
Hans Christian Andersen?
Yes. And Hustlers, you are gaining 110 versus Half and Half's 150, and you get to choose.
Country names for 50.
Closing the category, country names, 50 points.
Chinese transliterations of non-Chinese names rarely take into account the literal meaning of the words. The Chinese name for this country, Xizang, is a phonetic transliteration derived from Utsang. The character Zhang can also mean treasure or Buddhist scripture. However, two Chinese characters of Jizang can literally mean Western storehouse, which some people of the country in exile and their supporters find offensive.
Half and half.
Tibet.
Yes, it is a country in and to the north of the Himalayas. Since 1965, it has become a province-level administrative region of China. And half, you get to choose.
Let's go with trades for 10.
Trades for 10 points. On December 11th, 2001, China joined this after 15 years of negotiations. Iran and Russia are not yet members. Hustlers.
World Trade Organization?
Yes. It was created in 1995 as a secretariat to administer the GATT, a post-war trade treaty, and in the late 1990s, it became a major target for the protesters of the anti-globalization movement. And Hustlers, you choose.
Trades for 30.
Trades, 30 points. 30 points. Aristotle believed that primitive barter trading of standardized commodities that are hallmarked by an authority for correct weight and quality represented the first use of money. The trading of standardized amounts of these have all the aspects of dealing in what we call today money. Half and half.
Currency.
And Hustlers, your chance to answer. I'll finish the question. For instance, bread-like molds of this, each weighing about 5 kilograms, still circulate in Ethiopia as a means of payment. What is this? Hustlers, 5 seconds. Hustlers.
Beads.
Now, let's think back to our original ways of payment. Half and half.
Gold.
Hustlers, 5 seconds. Hustlers.
Animal skins?
Weights of this was used to trade. It originated the word salary. So there's a word from which salary came. Half and half.
Salt.
Yes. So, little balls of salt were used for barter or trade. And half, you get to choose.
Trades for 20, please.
Trades, 20 points. The first major step in opening this came with a territory expansion by Alexander the Great, deep into Central Asia, as far as Fergana at the borders of modern-day Shanjing region of China. Half and half.
What is the Silk Road?
Yes. In that region, he founded a Greek settlement in the city of Alexandria, Ashat, meaning the furthest. This route between the east and west was called the Silk Road, and half, you get to choose.
I think we're going to go with rivals for 10, please.
Rivals, 10 points.
Without a doubt, there are two big action stars in Hollywood. Arnold Schwarzenegger began his career as a bodybuilder and had his big break.
Hustlers.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yes. Sylvester Stallone apparently has an IQ of 141. And Hustlers, you get to choose.
Rivals for 20.
Rivals, 20 points.
It is the story of the world's most infamous love triangle. When Diana and Charles stepped up to the altar.
Half and half.
Crap. Sorry.
Hustlers, your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
When Diana and Charles stepped up to the altar in 1981, 75 million people watched what they believed to be a fairy tale wedding. But Diana had a rival. Another woman had already stolen the future King of Britain's heart. Their relationship began in 1972 before either of them were married. The love triangle that ensued resulted in bitterness, jealousy, and divorce. Who is this?
Hustlers, 5 seconds. Hustlers?
Anna Bowles.
And the chance to answer is open. Half and half.
Camilla Parker Bowles.
Yes. And half, you choose.
Rivals for 50.
Rivals for 50 points.
This person was one of Rome's greatest generals. He never lost a battle. Skillful alike in strategy and in tactics, he also had the faculty of inspiring his soldiers with confidence. He enjoyed the reputation of being a graceful orator. He was a general in the Second Punic War and statesman of the Roman Republic. He was best known...
Hustlers.
Who is Caesar?
Half and half. Your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
He was best known for defeating Hannibal of Carthage, a feat that earned him the
Half and half.
Scipio.
Yes. It earned him the surname Africanus.
Let's
And
go
half
with trades for 50, please.
trades, 50 points. The lexical roots of the word reveal roots in the trade and ownership of animals. The age of exploration was a period from the early 15th century and continuing into the early 17th century. It was a period when European ships traveled around the world to search for new trading partners to feed burgeoning this in Europe. The first theorist of what we refer to as this free market system is thought to be Adam Smith. Half and half.
A mercantilism.
What is this? Hustlers, 5 seconds. Hustlers.
Laissez-faire.
Adam Smith. When we think about half and half,
Capitalism.
yes. And half, you choose.
New Year's 50.
New Year's Day for 50 points. The celebration of the New Year is the oldest of all holidays. It was first observed about 4,000 years ago. In the years around 2000 BC, this ancient state's New Year began with the first new moon, or actually the first visible crescent after the vernal equinox, which is the first day of spring. Their New Year celebration lasted for 11 days. This was an ancient state in Mesopotamia, combining the territories of Sumer and Akkad. Half and half.
Sumeria.
What is it?
Sumeria.
What is this? Hustlers, 5 seconds. Hustlers.
Assyria?
It's half and half.
Babylon.
Hustlers, 5 seconds. Hustlers.
Iraq.
Okay, let us go back and think. We are combining the territories of Sumer and Akkad, and its capital was Babylon. 5 seconds, both teams. Half and half.
Babylonia.
Yes. Yes, and half you choose.
Well, let's close out trades for 40.
Closing the category of trades, 40 points. International trading of this began in the 3rd century when envoys from Korea brought the Chinese emperor its roots in exchange for valuable
What is
hustlers.
ginseng?
Yes, the 4th aromatic roots used in traditional Chinese medicine. It's restorative of, it will restore yin and yang balance to your body. And hustlers, you
We'll
choose.
do rivals for 40, please.
Rivals, 40 points.
Thalberg, the most powerful rival of both Liszt and this person, could not endure his pianissimos, both in his compositions and playing. This composer epitomized Thalberg's style. On Thalberg, this very greatest of composers for the piano said, and I quote, "He plays piano and forte with the pedals and do not with his hands."
Half and half.
Mozart.
Hustlers, your chance to answer, he'll finish the question.
Takes tenths as easily as I do octaves and wears diamond studs, end quote. Who is this?
Hustlers, 5 seconds. Hustlers,
Who's Liberace?
we are looking half and half.
Beethoven.
Hustlers, 5 seconds. Hustlers,
Chopin.
yes. A contemporary of Liszt, Thalberg. And Hustlers, you choose.
We'll do New Year's Day for 40.
New Year's Day, 40 points. Hogmanay is the Scots word for the celebration of the new year in the Scottish manner. Its official date is the 31st of December. An example of a Hogmanay custom is the fireball swinging, which takes place in Stonehaven in northeast Scotland. As in the rest of the world, the 4 largest Scottish cities hold all-night celebrations. The celebrations in this major and historic city of Scotland are among half and half.
Edinburgh.
Yes. Among the largest in the world. And half. Which would you like?
Rivals for 30, please.
Rivals, 30 points.
Thanks to these two persons, swimming, perhaps for the first time, is threatening to trump athletics as the main attraction ever since the Athens Olympics. One Australian swimmer is regarded as one of the...
Half and half.
Jim Thorpe.
Hustlers, your chance to answer. He'll finish the question.
One Australian swimmer is regarded as one of the greatest middle distance swimmers of all time after winning the 200 and 400 meter freestyle races. The other is an American swimmer who broke his own world record in the 400 individual.
Hustlers.
Michael Phelps.
Okay. He will continue the question.
Okay. Broke his own record in the 400 meter individual medley during the US trials. Who are they?
2 people. The rivals. Half and half.
Thorpe and Phelps.
Yes. It's Ian Thorpe and Michael Phelps.
New Year's Day for 20, please.
All right. New Year's Day for 20 points. A special box is found in many Chinese houses during the New Year period. One of the most welcome foods in the box is deep-fried cookies. Also, what they have is a special packet, a monetary gift. The amount of money in the packet is often some lucky numbers, such as a number containing many 8s, which sounds similar to the Chinese word for prosperity. The color of the box and packet symbolize half and half.
Red.
Yes, good luck. And we've come to our last question of the day. We go to New Year's Day, 30 points. There's a lot to eat on Korean New Year's Day's holiday. If you're on a diet, it will be very difficult to avoid temptation to all the delicious dishes. Eating a bowl of this means that you're getting 1 year older, hustlers.
What is dokku?
Yes, it's rice cake soup, representative New Year's food. And hustlers, it was a great effort on your part. However, half and half, you've won 2nd time in a row. Congratulations.
Various prizes are awaiting our winning contenders. Your first win will take you on a trip to Jeju Island. Your second win to Japan. Your third win will take you to China. And on your fourth win, you'll win a trip to Southeast Asia. On your fifth win, a trip to Hawaii. Your sixth win, a trip to the United States. And on your seventh win, you'll take the grand prize of a tour of Europe. We hope many of you join us.
And hustlers, thank you for beginning the year with us. What do you want to say to your supporters?
Just want to say Happy New Year to all our friends and
Happy New
family
Year's.
out there.
Yep.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. And half, what a wonderful way to end last year. And now you've begun this new year with a win. How do you feel?
We feel great. You know, we're just excited to keep winning. Fine competition here.
Well done, man.
And I just like to say Happy New Year to my friends and family in Chicago and my coworkers at ublove.com. They're really rooting me on. So, yeah, it's great.
Just Happy New Year and Merry Christmas to everybody back in Seattle, Washington. I hope you all have a great New Year and 새해 복 많이 받으세요.
Wow. Congratulations again. Half and half. 2 wins in a row. And with that, we have come to a second win for the half and half team. We'll see you again next week. Happy New Year.